Hi friends, welcome back to the Homespun Annie channel. So this morning I am going to go through my seed packets and also look at a seed catalog to kind of figure out what new seeds that I might need to order, and also see what seeds I have and just kind of start planning a little bit my garden. I'm going to need to start some seeds under my grow lights very soon, and so I need to get going on that. So I thought that I would do a little video going through my seed packets. So here I have some Tom Thumb butterhead lettuce, and this is my absolute favorite lettuce to grow. They're miniature little heads of lettuce. So the description says, this miniature butterhead, about the size of a baseball, is heat tolerant at maturity and slower to bolt than larger varieties. Dark green outer leaves wrap around a creamy yellow, mild flavored interior. And yeah, I love this little lettuce. Last year I started them inside under the grow lights, and then and did a little rotation of them, so staggered the planting, and then when they were able to, I put them out in my little greenhouse and then put them out in the garden and kept a rotation going for a little bit. And it's such a lovely lettuce. It tastes so good, and it literally is, you go out and you get one head of lettuce and it makes the perfect size salad for one person. So, and they are perfect for smaller gardens, and I have a very small garden at the moment, so I highly recommend Tom Thumb lettuce. And it looks like this one hasn't been opened, so I still have one whole packet of that. And here's some tomatoes. This was the San Marzano. This one's really good, they say, for making tomato sauces and all of that good stuff. And it grew really well. And this one's been opened. It's a sampler. Yeah, there wasn't many seeds in this one. So I might need to buy more of these. I'm not sure. It might be enough. I obviously can't have a ton of tomato plants in my garden because it's so small. So last year I did, I had 6, and that was a lot. And so I don't know that I'm going to do that many again this year. We'll see. And then this is dill. And it's a dwarf dill, so it doesn't grow as high as other dill. And so this was really good in my garden because I have a smaller space. And so I grew 2 or 3 plants of this in my garden and used it for making pickles, obviously. And yeah, looks like there's still a lot of seeds left in here from last year, so I probably will not need to buy more dill. And here's more Tom Thumb. This one's been opened, but there's still a lot in there, so I might not need to even buy Tom Thumb lettuce. And then this is a Brandywine slicing tomato. And these did good too. I don't know, let's see. Yeah, there's still quite a few seeds in here. So I probably won't need to buy any more of those. And then of course we've got radishes, or no, these are beets. So these are cylinder beets. So they are longer and just more cylindrical than the normal beets that you would see. You know, your typical beet. And so, I've always liked them. I'm not exactly sure why I picked these every year, but I do. But yeah, they're really nice, and I've also pickle these as well. There's a ton of these left, so I probably will not buy more of those this year. Here are the radishes. These are Easter egg radishes. These ones are fun because they're the different colors. And so they're just really, really pretty. Yeah, there's a lot of those. We'll see. The thing with beets is they grow so quickly, and you can really have a good rotation going of them. So I still may buy, even though I still have a lot of beet seeds, I may still buy more. Yeah, these are just the regular redhead beets, so they're they have they're kind of white on the bottom and then are red on the top. But yeah. And of course some carrots. I didn't do a ton of carrots this last year, just because of space. So, but yeah, I'll do some carrots. Are these the same? Yeah, these are the same. So I think there's one packet that's been opened and one packet that hasn't been opened. So I think I have plenty of carrot seeds for this year again. And then of course some zucchini. And I always get the Black Beauty zucchini. And I only did one zucchini plant this year and got quite a bit of zucchini. And they of course get so big. And so in my little garden, I don't really think that I can do more than, I probably shouldn't do more than one, because otherwise, it will take up almost half the garden. So, and then of course cucumbers, and these are little bushy pickling cucumbers, and so they're smaller and they they produce more of a bush, so they're not spreading out as much, although I still found that these spread out quite a bit. But one of the things I noticed too is it wanted to crawl up the fence, which was kind of nice. So I may try to figure out a way to do these vertically this year to save space in the garden. So yeah, they'll grow up onto something real easily. So I'm probably going to try and do that this year because I definitely want to do cucumbers. Oh, there's only a few. I may buy more of these just in case, because there's only a few left in there. So we'll see. Oh yeah, and this is a simple cherry tomato. I don't remember because I usually buy my tomatoes from Territorial Seed, and I think it was that they were out of the cherry tomatoes that I wanted, and so I just went to the local hardware store and found some basic cherry tomatoes, and these did really good. So I might try still to get some from Territorial Seed this year. There's still a ton of seeds in here, but just because I really want to get some sun gold cherry tomatoes. So we'll see. I'll have to look. And then bunching onions. I didn't even plant these last year. I did buy them because they are container friendly, and I was experimenting with different things out on my back porch. And these I never tried these. So I might have to try these this year because the package isn't even opened. Same with the cilantro. I never planted the cilantro. And again, I bought this because it's container friendly, and I wanted to put them out on containers in the back, on the back deck. But so I might try these again this year. I think it was because I only had a certain number of containers, and so I was kind of picking and choosing what I was going to put out there. I did. So this is basil, and I did grow basil on my back deck, and oh my goodness, this was my first time successfully having basil, and there is just something incredible about having fresh basil within reach of your kitchen. And oh my goodness, so I'm definitely doing basil again this year. So I may need to get more. I don't know how much is left in here. There might be enough. I might not need to buy more basil. And we've got some beans. Now these I did not grow in my garden. I attempted to grow them in a container on the back porch because it does say that it's container friendly, but they did not do well. And I pretty much figured out that just the back deck does not get enough full sun during the day. I think it only gets about, at the most, maybe 6 hours of full-on sun, and that's just not enough for these. So I don't know if I'll try and grow them in the garden just because of space. But it was really more of an experiment. I wanted to see if they'd grow on the back porch, and they didn't make it. So we'll see. We'll see what I try to do with these if I grow them in my garden. Parsley, I didn't end up, this was again for the back porch, didn't end up growing parsley. maybe this year. When I had time to, which I did not, I ended up not planting. Because what I ended up doing is I wanted to try the beans, or the green beans, and I even tried to grow a zucchini plant on the back porch in a container, and then 2 different tomatoes I tried to grow in containers in the back porch. But, like I said, because there's just not a lot of sun, not enough sun back there. So, since I'm not going to be doing tomatoes, zucchini, or green beans on my back porch this year, I will probably try to do some more herbs. I grew chives. Yeah, I had a bunch of chives and basil and what else? I know there was something else. I don't remember now. So anyway, but this says it needs full sun, 6+ hours. So I don't know if that would work out on the back deck. We'll see. And then of course a musclin blend of lettuce that I was going to grow on the back porch, but because I decided to try out the tomatoes and the other, I didn't have enough containers, so probably go ahead and grow this year on the back porch. And then I also grew some violas in a container on the back porch. And these did just fine. These had no problem. They did fantastic. So I will probably grow these again. One thing I really want to grow more of is flowers, and have more flower containers on the back deck. So I probably am gonna I might try to buy some more containers and then get some more flower seeds, and experiment with more flowers this year too on the back deck. So yeah, so let's see. I don't know if I'm really going to need to buy that much this year. I really think the only things, I'll probably buy more pickling cucumbers because there's only a few seeds left in there. I don't need to buy more zucchini. I don't need to buy more carrots. There's plenty of those. I don't think, yeah, I'm not going to need to buy more beets. I don't grow a ton of beets, so there's plenty in there. I will probably buy an extra pack or 2 of radishes, just because they're so easy to grow. And yeah, so I'll probably get some more of those. I do not need more Tom Thumb lettuce, so this is good. Because one packet hasn't even been opened, so I've got plenty of that. I don't think, let's see. Yeah, I will probably get some more of these just to be on the safe side. And no, I do not need any more dill. And these are good. I don't need any more of those. So, yeah. So I know I want to get, I also want to try and order some more tomatoes from Territorial, but maybe I'd flip through the Territorial Seed catalog real quick. It's always fun to get the seed catalog. They usually send one like in January or February, which is always, obviously here in North Idaho, January and February, you're not going to be starting your garden yet. Unless you have a really nice greenhouse, probably, but but it's always fun to look through and daydream about having a gloriously large garden. Someday I will grow asparagus when I have a bigger garden. The plan was to expand my garden this year, and we still may, but we just have to see, because obviously we have to buy the materials. So budget-wise, we just have to plan for that and figure all that out. But there's all the green beans and the beans, and really cool. And then the beets. I love beets. I actually prefer them pickled. So, here you can kind of see a picture of the cylindra. So you can see that here's a regular looking beet, and then these are long and slender. And broccoli. I attempted broccoli in my garden this season before last, and for whatever the reason, it kept getting eaten by something. This whatever it was, this bug or whatever, was not touching anything else in my garden. It was just going for my broccoli. So I would love to grow broccoli. I love the where is it? The Apollo. I grew this in my garden quite a few years ago now, over when I lived in Western Washington. And this one is so good because it's like really like slender, and almost has this, it's like taste between broccoli and asparagus. So this one's really good. I don't know. Maybe I will order a pack of those and just try again and see what happens. And then Brussels sprouts. I've never grown Brussels sprouts. I have grown cabbage. I'm not going to do cabbage again this year just because it takes up so much space. But I would love to have more space for growing cabbage to make homemade sauerkraut and all of that. Here are the carrots. I've never grown cauliflower. All the different kinds of carrots. There's so many. And I usually go for just a basic Nantes type carrot. So, and then of course you've got celery. Never attempted to grow celery. I've heard it's pretty hard to grow celery just because of how much water it requires, and it just wants really kind of the perfect conditions. Corn, never grown corn. My dad will usually have a little bed of a few stalks of corn every year, but I've never grown it. cucumbers. So here's the bushy cucumber that I've been growing, and so you can see they're smaller. So not only is the plant smaller, the actual cucumbers are smaller as well, and they're just really good for pickling. So definitely plan on doing that again this year and making lots and lots of pickles. So there's so many different kinds of cucumbers. Yeah, and so I think I'm definitely going to try. So here you can see there's like, they're growing them vertically. And so I think I'm going to try that this year to save on some space in the garden. And eggplant. I've never grown eggplant. And then different gourds. Garlic. Oh, garlic is something I used to grow every single year when I lived in Western Washington. And I would plant so much garlic. And I would usually plant it in the fall. And then, harvest it in the spring. And I would do the thing where you would braid them together so they were this one long strip. And I would keep that in my pantry, and I would have garlic for months. I don't think it usually didn't last me a full year, but I always had tons of garlic. And then I would do the same with onions, and I would have lots of onions for months. But yeah, it's just a space thing. I'm just gotta figure out the space. And then of course kale. I don't think I've ever grown kale. I think maybe I did once in Western Washington, but the thing is I don't eat kale, so yeah, there's no reason to grow it if you're not going to eat it. Kohlrabi. I have grown kohlrabi. And I think I attempted leeks once, and it just didn't turn out. And here's all the lettuce. I didn't see if they had the Tom. Oh, there's the Tom Thumb right here. All the different lettuce. I have attempted to grow fennel before, a couple times, and I mean it worked fine, but I'm not gonna grow it this year, just as always because of space. But I love fennel. I love putting fennel in soup and using the big stalks and putting that in to make broth. And roasting it. Roasting fennel is so good. I've never grown melons. Never tried. And here's the onions. I would love to be able to grow onions again. I did attempt them a couple gardening seasons ago, in some bins, and they grew, but they didn't get very big. So that's another thing I'm gonna do this year. I'm gonna do potatoes, and I saw an idea where you take feed sacks and you grow your potatoes in the feed sacks. So you roll them down, and then poke holes in the bottom for drainage. Put the soil in, put your potatoes in, and then as as your potatoes grow and you're adding in more dirt, you just roll the bag up. And so I have been saving all of my chicken feed bags. And so I'm going to attempt that this year. That's going to be an experiment that I am going to try and see if we can't get some potatoes. And I have grown pumpkins before over in Western Washington. I would always do, where are they? I would do the little sugar pumpkins for making pumpkin puree. Small sugar, yep, that's the one. But of course, no space here yet. Here's all the potatoes, and with the potatoes, I won't order potatoes from them. Our local hardware store always has really good seed potatoes, and so I'll just get my seed potatoes at the hardware store. I've never grown sweet potatoes. Here's all the different radishes. Turnips, rutabagas, squash. Here's the Black Beauty zucchini. This is my go-to. This is the one I grow every year. I have grown butternut squash before. I think I attempted these ones, the smaller ones. And it worked, but my husband does not like squash. So, and because of space, it's like, well, if he's not going to enjoy eating them, then I probably won't take up the space with them. Here's the tomatoes. I will probably look through the tomatoes and see if there's any really cool ones or a new type that I want to try and grow. Whoa. Pineapple tomatoes. See, it's stuff like that where I see that and I'm like, maybe I should try. You try a different kind or something for the fun of it. Here's like Italian heirloom. Oh man, these black tomatoes. Yeah, it's so fun. And I love growing heirloom tomatoes. So like these pineapple ones, I'm pretty sure these are not heirloom, obviously. But these over here, the Italian heirloom. Oh, here's the Brandywine. I will grow these again this year. Love the Brandywine. Oh, here's the Sun Gold cherry tomatoes. So they were out of these this last year, and I couldn't find. I even went to our hardware store. I couldn't find any, even locally. So hopefully they will not run out this year and I will be able to get some because they are so good. They're like candy. Oh, look at these ones. Indigo blueberries. Huh. That is a tomato. Interesting. Man, there's so many tomato varieties. Oh, here's the San Marzano. I will grow these again. So yeah, now we're getting into different color crops, but yeah. So I think I'll go ahead and end this video. So I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel and share it with anyone else you think would enjoy it. And I will talk to you guys in the next video.